They always call me a dainty princess. I like it sometimes, but that was ridiculous.
Hey, doctor.
Hello. How y'all doing?
Okay, how are you doing?
All right. So as you know, you just weighed 750 pounds. That's a weight gain of 112 pounds in 1 month. Is this how you want to live? 5 people to lift you?
No, it's miserable.
It is miserable, but whose fault is it? I'm offering you help, and the problem is that you abuse that help and you're lying about it. And you too, wasting all the energy and resources given to you. And you saying you need help?
We don't have to be degraded and put down like that. We're trying.
I'm not degrading you. You're the one who is degrading everyone here. Your problem is your weight. The only solution is to lose weight. And all I see is that Lisa brings you the food that's killing you. And frankly, I don't appreciate that you guys coming in and lie to me that you're following the diet.
I told you I cheated a couple times.
Couple time is not gonna get you to 750 pounds.
See, no matter what I tell you, you're not gonna believe me, but that's okay.
So what are you gonna do about it? And I don't know if you even considering weight loss surgery, because if you did, you would work toward having it.
I think about this on a daily basis.
What do you think about it, but do you do something about it? What's the difference?
I don't know.
Well, we're gonna make some more changes, but can you please?
Lisa, I don't believe a word
Well,
you
I
said.
probably
You
don't
know how
believe
many
me, Dr.
times you
Bell,
say
but
this?
Can you please?
And at this point, whether it is intentional or not is irrelevant, because there's no argument. You're killing him. And you both keep coming here and playing games.
Doctor, now, but can you please get
Our
him
plan is to put him on a certain diet, and you follow the diet and give him proper amount of food so he doesn't get himself to 750 pounds. You do your part and he does his part, or I'm through with you. You understand this?
Yeah, I understand.
Okay, so I'm sick and tired of wasting my time coming here, bringing all the people working for you, and you do nothing.
Hi, y'all, and welcome back. This is going to be a good one, so get ready. Thank y'all so very much for being here and know I love you. Now let's get into it.
So, I wanted to tell you guys something. I was debating back and forth if I should say anything or not, but this is my life. And I want positive vibes and thoughts and prayers because someone contacted me for a television show and I did my casting interview yesterday. I pretty much did everything I need to do for now and I'm just hoping for the best. The casting team said that they really liked me and they think my personality is great.
Sure, Jan.
I'm not gonna go into detail of what this is, but obviously if I get accepted or if I don't, I'll tell you guys when that happens, which I'm not sure when I'm gonna find out, but they have to put together a video and send it to the network and hopefully they'll choose me. Like, any hoozle. Let's just look at Twinkie for a minute, my little baby. Twinkie, she's door, mama love you. She's like, I'm comfy, leave me alone. So yeah, you guys, please just keep your fingers crossed for me and just send out all the positivity that you can because yo girl is in need of it. Hey guys, so this video has been long overdue. This is about my casting call. I mentioned it's been almost a year, not quite, because I was super excited and I just felt really amped up and I was talked up and like I was just really excited and I wanted to share that with you guys that something was kind of like in the works. I've had a lot of people since then ask me about it and I haven't talked about it and I kind of want to explain everything that, like how I was contacted. I'm gonna read you messages, like just everything. I am going to bleep out any personal information on their end and my end, and I'm just gonna kind of talk about the whole situation because so many people have asked me about it. So let's just get to it. Over here, I have my laptop. So if I'm looking over here, that is what I'm looking at. I'm looking at the messages. So I get a lot of messages on my personal Facebook and I try not to reply to any of those because it is my personal Facebook. And a lot of the time, I don't even read the messages on there. But I think this very day, I decided to read some. And this is the message that I received. Hey Amberlynn, I'm trying to get caught up on your videos as fast as I can, but I am reaching out to see if you have ever had any interest in weight loss surgery. I am a casting director working with TLC on a spinoff of 600 Pound Life that would take place in the South with Dr. Proctor in Atlanta. He's the weight loss specialist that works with our families on Family by the Ton. Let me know if you have any interest in sharing your story. Thanks a ton, Best. She says her name, gives me her number, and gives me her email address. So I get things like this a lot. I have actually been contacted quite a few times for shows ever since this. I think it's just because, you know, I am a bigger girl. I am putting myself on YouTube, and it's easy for, you know, casting people, producers, whatever, to find individuals, you know, when they're already putting themselves out there. So I feel like I'm an easy target. But this was actually one of the first times that I ever had someone message me like this. So I was pretty pumped. I was like, my response was, can you tell me more about the casting process and everything? So before I actually sent that, I actually went and like stalked her Facebook page because I wasn't sure if this was a joke or something. Oh my god, I haven't typed on one of these in so long. It feels so weird. But it was real, so that's why I sent that message. So she replied back just saying, I want to get you on FaceTime or Skype so we can do a little Q&A sesh. She said that the FaceTime call or the Skype call will only take 10 minutes. So I was like super scared. I remember this day perfectly, but I just replied with, what's the show exactly though? Because I was like, she hadn't really told me much information on that yet. She replied with, it's following you as you lose weight through the supervision of a medical doctor. I think the format will be following a few people, and you would be compensated in appearance fee basically for anything it would cost for medical. If you're even slightly interested, I can always grab you for the interview to just even start the process. No commitment from you until you would be selected. I actually didn't reply to that message. For some reason, I was like, this is too good to be true. So she hit me up the next day and said, hey lady, sorry to bug. Just on a time crunch. Any interest in just hopping on a call / FaceTime / Skype? I think your personality would make you a great candidate for what we're looking for.
No way. I want to see the receipts.
Would hate for you to miss our submission deadline. Thanks. And I said, what kind of questions would you be asking? For some reason, I'm just an anxious little puppy. And I was just like, I wanted to know more before she got me on FaceTime. She said, just about your story, how much you want to lose, what you have tried, what you love in life, what you would do if you reached your goal, who your supporters are, etc. I said, I have a huge following on YouTube and I've had fake accounts try to lure me into things like this. I just want to make sure this is legit, but I am interested. You know, I wanted to be honest. So this is when she sent me like her actual personal true info, you know, like sent me to this link to show me her casting experience and all this stuff. And so I clicked it all and I said, thank you for that. Okay, so if I was chosen, would I have to move to Atlanta? Would I have to pay for surgery, etc.? That was important for me to know because it's like, why am I going to go through all of this? You know, I know it's just an interview, but it's like, why would I want to go through the interview and a chance that I would be chosen if, you know, there's certain things about it that I wouldn't like, you know? She said, so we would bring you to Atlanta for medical stuff. You wouldn't come out of pocket for anything. Is your medical insurance private or through Medicaid? And I explained I didn't have insurance and I asked if that was a problem. And she said, no, it wasn't, because the appearance fee would be them paying for my everything medical. And I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. So I finally just asked her, when can we do the interview? And she was like, now, ? And I asked her if it was going to be recorded because I had a feeling that it would be for some reason. And she said, yes. I record them, then we cut them down into like 3 minutes. No one sees it other than my team and the folks at TLC. You should not be. You're a social media master. It's really just a fun combo, not a job interview. Before she called me, she had me send her all of my info, like my phone number, my email, my Instagram, all that type of stuff. And then she had me send her a bunch of photos of, you know, me and Becky together, photos of just me kind of looking big, photos with me and my fur babies, because she was going to take those photos, also use the FaceTime call and create like a little mini video for the people who are doing the show so I could be one of the candidates. She also told me before I sent her the photos, she's like, this sounds awful, but make them look as unflattering as possible. Strengthens your case. And I totally understood that. So I had a lot of pictures that I could send her. So I sent her a ton of photos. So I ended up doing the FaceTime call and we were actually on there for like 30 minutes and she had already said that it was only going to be 10. So it was just like everything was so good, so smooth. And she told me like when she asked me a question to answer it as if I wasn't asked. Like example, if she asked me, why do you want to lose weight? I wasn't just supposed to answer. I was supposed to say, I want to lose weight because, or if she asked, you know, what is your weight? I couldn't just say a number. I had to say, I weigh, you know, like that. So because her parts were going to be cut off and it was almost as if I was just like talking. So it was actually the next day and I said, so how long before I hear back about anything? Just curious because, you know, I'm anxious. I get kind of impatient. I become overwhelmed. And she said, hi, typically we'll have another 2 weeks of editing and any additional submissions. Then we pray network gets back ASAP. And then she said, but one of my team members said, quote, I want her to get skinny so she can prove all those mean a-holes wrong after she stalked your YouTube. They all really love you.
Sure, Jan.
So when I saw that, I was like, okay. That made me feel really good. And I said, oh, that's amazing. That makes me really happy. So it's a network that chooses who they want on the show. Like, what's the next step? She said, TLC will get the edit we send in. They will give us feedback after they get everyone in. I'm pretty sure this show would follow a few people going through the process. If selected, TLC will get back to us. And then we will meet with you over the phone or Skype to discuss the filming. So I was like, okay. It was 10 days later. And I said, any news? And she said, still waiting. Still waiting on TLC. Everyone loves you. You're a lie. You're a lie. So let's just say they hope they get their A in gear soon.
That ass, though.
I was like, okay. It was 2 weeks later and she sent me a message. She said, TLC is still on hold, but I was asked to send on your info to our EP to the other show. And I was like, other show? I said, what's that? She said, our executive producer on Family by the Ton is heading up this new show. So she should have some more info from TLC soon. And I just said, okay. That was the last I heard from her until I messaged her 2 months later. I said, I haven't heard back from you. She said, hey, so they're holding on that project for a few moments, but we still have your info and we still love you. So you know we'll be submitting you any chance we get for our similar opportunities. A few days later, she asked, we are now looking for families again. Is anyone in your family also in the same place? And I said no, because I am the only person this big. So she started talking about Family by the Ton, and I kind of checked out at this point because I have been contacted by Family by the Ton a few times, and I don't really... I kind of have realized it's a long process. I'm a very impatient person, and I was willing to at least kind of try because she said, if you can come up with a cousin, we'd love to submit you. Was talking to my team yesterday about how we really loved you. And I said, my girlfriend's overweight, but that's all I've got. I feel like people with rounder, fatter faces look bad with short hair because it makes their face look rounder and fatter. She said, how overweight? And I said, Becky's weight. And she said, let me check what's your current weight. And then I told her my current weight and she never replied. So this was about 8 months ago. So it's been a while and we haven't had any communication since then. But since then I have been contacted, like I said, by a few other people who want me to do Family by the Ton. I got an email from 600 Pound Life. I couldn't tell if it was real or not. So I try to ignore a lot of them. My whole thing is, would I go on 600 Pound Life? Yes. I feel like I would. I honestly legit feel like I would, because I feel like Dr. Now is honestly, he knows what he is doing. He is so smart. He is a smart man.
You do your part and he does his part, or I'm through with you. You understand this?
Yeah, I understand.
Okay, so I'm sick and tired of wasting my time coming here, bringing all the people working for you, and you do nothing.
He has never failed anyone during surgery. I think that's like something that really terrifies me because I'm so big. That person's light is making me look really...
Yeah, I look like a big cherry.
Big? Are you calling me big?
No, talk about me. Everybody's like, oh, Becky the thumb.
I feel like he gives really good advice and he's not mean, but he's very just like stern in his words, and that's what I look for in a weight loss doctor. But that's everything, you guys. Literally the casting thing, it was like super hot and heavy in the beginning and it just like fizzled out. So people were contacting me saying like, are you gonna be on TLC? Has TLC contacted you? And the answer is yes. TLC has contacted me more times than I can count. I have done quite a few interviews for different TV shows. There's actually a popular TV show that literally is running that interviewed me last year, and I was fixing to get up and move just to be a part of the TV show. TLC recently contacted me, and I guess supposedly the producer that was contacting me also contacted a few like Instagrams that like had my face on it. I don't know the full story, but that's like how everyone found out that TLC was talking to me, because TLC ended up responding to one of the Instagram messages saying, yeah, I'm, actually talking to her, blah, blah, blah. So yes, they contacted me saying that Dr. Nazardian from 600 Pound Life is actually going to be like doing a new TV show, and they wanted me to be a part of it. So I was supposed to set up a phone call with the lady who contacted me and stuff. But I actually got a message from her today saying like, we need the people who are going to be on the show to be 550 pounds or higher, like closer to like to the 600 mark. So I was like, oh, well, that's not me.
567.4 pounds.
Woo, woo. So obviously I had to tell her my real weight, which you guys saw today. I actually told her 516 because I hadn't even gotten out of bed when I replied to her message. I was just like, yeah, like 516, but the scale actually said 514 today. 2 pounds ain't gonna make a difference. But anyways, I'm not heavy enough to be on this new show. You're a lie. You're a lie. And it just kind of got me thinking that like, how is 516 pounds, 514 pounds, how is that not heavy enough to be on one of these types of shows? I feel like I need help just as much as someone who's 550. Like thoroughly, if you're over 400 pounds in general, like it's time to like crack down. And it's like, for some reason, I have all the tools. I know all the tools. I have all the knowledge. I've done this millions of times before. Like I know how to lose weight, but for some reason, like I don't put those things into action. Like it is so hard. It's like literal torture. And I want to know more about that. And I think that's why like I'm very eager to get a therapist like soon. Okay, now I'm just completely rambling. I'm going off on like one topic to another. I came here to tell you that yes, TLC wanted me to be on a new show. They were gonna like interview me, talk to me, whatever, but I'm not big enough for them. Okay.
And there we have Amberlynn discussing the time she was contacted by TLC for 600 Pound Life. Could you imagine if she actually went on the show? And imagine Dr. Now's fury towards slums. Thank you all so much for watching, and do remember you are greatly loved. See you soon. Bye-bye.